Sosúa's nightlife is showing new signs of life. The big news this past weekend is that Playa Chiquita Casino Nightclub has officially reopened after months of being closed. After one of the quietest seasons in recent years, the city seems to be waking up again. Between a tightening global economy and the continued presence of Operation Atlantico, it's been a rough few months for tourism and local business. But as high season approaches, there are finally some clear signs of momentum returning, and the energy across town is starting to shift ever so slightly. This is your October 2025 update on Sosúa Nightlife. What's open, what's changing, and what the next season could mean for the future. Before Operation Atlantico began, Playa Chiquita was #1 casino nightclub in Sosúa. Then came July with the raids and Operation Atlantico, right at the start of dead season. We're talking about the nightclub that's actually inside in the back of the casino. So now it's back, newly renovated, brighter, and with a refreshed layout, with signals of confidence just as we head into dead season. To be clear, the casino floor itself never closed, just the nightclub itself. But this full reopening shows that businesses are once again investing in nightlife. You could say that since July, Coral Reef Casino held the new title while Playa Chiquita was down. But now the old champion has returned, and that's the kind of friendly competition which is exactly what Sosúa needs to thrive and survive into the future. Coral Reef Casino has been one of the most resilient venues throughout this past dead season. They've repainted, they've added new lighting, and they've fully renovated their bar in the casino. Recently, I've even seen Coral Reef advertising inside of Puerto Plata Airport. Now, that is a first for Sosúa Nightlife. I've actually never seen any types of nightlife promotion outside of Pedro Casante. Since Puerto Plata Airport is government owned, and since airport ads require government approval, it's clear that there's confidence from both the owners and the authorities. So maybe Sosúa really is becoming the Vegas of the Dominican Republic, or maybe not, or just maybe they watched my video on the future of Sosúa. That video, I did that a couple months ago. Either way, Coral Reef is thriving and adapting, and that's a positive sign. When it comes to consistency, Blue Ice Piano Bar is now the top performer on Pedro Casante. They didn't just survive dead season, they actually grew during it. Blue Ice absorbed much of the clientele that the other bars and clubs and casino lost. Week after week, they delivered music, energy, vibes for tourists, locals, everyone that's coming in. There's also Jolly Rogers. Meanwhile, they've stayed quite strong on Pedro Casante. So they're there for expats, they're there for good food, sports, familiar faces, you know the old gang. Those are two of the top performing bars right now in Pedro Casante. Let's talk about the Hard Rock for a second. So the new Hard Rock Café Puerto Plata entered the scene earlier this past dead season. At first, many wondered if the brand would really even fit into Sosúa's identity. In one of my earlier videos, I said I think that they would need to start hosting live events and performances and acts to connect with the community. And it looks like they might actually be doing that. They've began featuring live bands, performers, both Dominican and international. It's a smart move that's turning the Hard Rock from a daytime restaurant into a legitimate nightlife restaurant. So that's something you could hit prior to hitting casino, prior to hitting Blue Ice, or wherever else you're going at later on in the nighttime. I know what you're waiting for. Let's talk about Bailey's. I couldn't go through this whole video and not talk about Bailey's, even though it is officially a daytime restaurant. So despite that, it hasn't missed the beat. During the day, it is as lively as ever. And they've even added short-term rental condos on the rooftop. A clear sign that they are betting on Sosúa's future, not backing away from it. And yes, as I said, it's as lively as it was before. You should know what that means. What we're seeing right now isn't a shutdown, it's actually regulation. Operation Atlantico remains active. You're still going to see cops on every other corner in Pedro Casante, but it has toned down since the earlier months. You're not going to see those big, long police caravans going down the street. Many smaller bars and restaurants are struggling to bring clientele right now because of that also. It's been a difficult season, and some may not make it through. That's very unfortunate, especially for the owners and the workers who have built their lives here. But it also makes way for new ideas, fresh businesses that have the ability to adapt and grow with the changing times. The core of Sosua's nightlife still remains strong and intact, and the venues that are investing and reinventing themselves are reshaping themselves and reshaping the city's identity. Those are the ones that will survive and thrive. So, Sosúa has been shut down many times before, yet it always finds a way to return stronger, different, but still alive. While I'm not saying this season will be as lively as the past, it will definitely be different and more regulated. It does suggest that we may be starting the beginning of comeback season. Now, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, hit me a like, and throw a comment. So here's my question to you. Let me know if you think that Sosúa could possibly and potentially be making a comeback. So until then, stay tuned, stay informed, and remember that life in paradise is real, but only for those who act.